Mr. Scott, we can't hear you.
Hey, thank you so much, Ms. Galera. I do appreciate that, guys. What I want to do really quick tonight, guys, I want to make sure that each and every one of you guys who are logged on to the call tonight understand that this call tonight is going to be very important. See, we recognize that people who are looking for leadership, people who are looking for change, a way out. See, one thing that I always say is this: in times of change, we all seek out leaders. But the best reformers ever known are those who start with themselves. That basically means when we want change, guys, we're looking for people who can help us get there. We're looking for leadership. But it's kind of like when you go get a job. When you go get a job, it's because somebody's doing something better than what you're doing. They got something going on, and you actually go someplace and you looking for someone to give you an opportunity that they can lead you to something going on financially. So we always, in times of change, we look for leadership. But the best reformers, the ones who can really help you, are the ones who've actually done it themselves. That's why this call tonight, guys, is important for you, because it's important that the people that really get you and give you the information and give you some insight are not just giving you hypothetical practices or principles, or theories, but they're actually giving you guys exactly what they've been able to do to have success. So this young lady I'm going to bring on tonight, she actually had got a chance to get involved in the industry of home business several years back, and even myself, I met her a few years while she was actually in a home-based business, and she had told me how she came to America with just the clothes in her back and a few dollars in her pocket, looking to take advantage of the American dream, and I told her, I said, yeah, you got here, and you found out that you were living the American nightmare. That nightmare of going job to job and check to check and never really having a full level of success, because the American dream is actually entrepreneurship and not job ships. The young lady was understanding that, so she got involved here in America, came to America and got involved with, she done real estate and done other businesses that she had from home, and was trying different things, and, didn't really have the right mentors and leaders, but she did have people that gave her some good insight and led her in different directions that she started having a better understanding. And one of those understandings that took her to actually learning that you could be in business for yourself from home, literally doing your business from home. So she actually learned some skill sets and some strategies and techniques that she came up with herself, as well as the fact of people actually giving her skill sets and ideas that she can incorporate with the things that she learned. And she self-taught herself to where she was able to start building teams. Even prior to this company, guys, she was building teams not just nationally but internationally throughout Canada. And I mean, she's actually in the business for home.org magazine, but also the business from home, the magazine itself. She's actually in that magazine as well, for helping guys, tons of people earn pretty significant income working for themselves, working from home. So make sure you get yourself in a quiet place, get your notebook and your pad out, and take some copious notes. The young lady is going to actually give you guys the second half of what it is she started sharing with you guys last week when I was in Trinidad. And that's some keen insight on how to grow your organization via social media. So, Ms. Aileen Galera, are you on the phone line, young lady?
Yes, Mr. Scott, can you hear me, sir?
I can hear you loud and clear. Take it away for your part two for social media, rich young lady. Phone call is now yours.
Thank you very, very much, Mr. Jason L. Scott I, for that very warm introduction. And it's truly, truly an honor for me and privilege for me to have that access to your leadership and mentorship. So I'm always grateful, and everything that you have mentioned that I have accomplished. And of course, that's only because of your true leadership and mentorship. And I'm excited for the big things that are happening in our business and everyone's business here on the call, our team. And so thank you very much for serving the team from the heart. Truly, truly appreciate you, Mr. Scott. And everyone, good evening. Welcome to our new Global Dynasty Vision Mastery Call. And I was speaking with Mr. Scott the other night, a few days ago, and I said it was a great training. We had a great turnout, great promotion. And but I felt like I ran out of time. There's more stuff that I want to share, but not a whole lot. But there's still very, very, valuable that I can share. And if I can give an additional time on the next call to do it again, to add more value and so grateful for this platform, Mr. Scott. Truly an honor to share this platform with you, along with other leaders, Mr. Smith as well, and other leaders that are going to be coming on to do this training as well. So good evening, everyone, and welcome again to our New Vision Mastery Call, New Global Vision Mastery Call, I should say. I'm very excited. And like Mr. Scott said, my name is Aileen Galera, and I'm calling you all the way from California. And if you are on, I encourage you to go on the webinar so you can see the slides that I'm going to be sharing with you. To go to project100krevolution.com. And what I want to do is to give you a quick review of what I shared last week, because I am still getting calls and requests from people to see the recording of what I've done, and I have not been able to do that, and I'm going to do that after this call. So here we go. Social media reaches. And what you're seeing on the screen is, been very, very fortunate to truly leverage the social media beyond my social network. And what you heard from Mr. Scott, where we're in the previous company, I joined that company from the scratch. And because of Mr. Scott's leadership and mentorship, I've been able to build my business to over 20 countries, and also from scratch on social media, just because of one post that I had done, and with the training and coaching that I received from Mr. Scott and Mr. Smith, I was able to grow that business to over 20 countries. And we are doing that again here in TLC, and it's going pretty long. It's going along pretty well. So every time that we provide a training or meeting, like this, there's always a purpose, and there's always a goal for the speaker, and that is to make sure that we add, new value or help you improve existing that you have. So that the top 3 things that I want to accomplish again tonight on this call is, like what I explained last week, is to help you learn new skills and or improve your existing skills. And number 2 is to apply your skills, because knowledge is not really power. It's applied knowledge that is power. And when you're able to teach what you have learned, what you have done to others, that's where you're going to multiply your business. And so I encourage, take notes, because you want to take notes as a student, and how you're going to apply the information that you receive, and I also want to take notes as a teacher as to how you're going to teach the information that you're going to receive, because I'm doing training as well on a previous previous calls before, previous business before, and what I've done is that I went over to my notes. Same thing with what I'm talking right now. I went over, back to what my notes, where I had taken all these notes from the training that I've learned, and I had incorporated them to what I'm going to share with you tonight. So I did not make up. What I'm telling you is that I got all this from my notes, from my coaching and mentorship. So let me start also by saying that mentorship is wisdom without waiting. So again, that's mentorship is wisdom without waiting. And so you learn, and you do, and you teach. All right. So also I discussed last week is that there are 4 ways that you can leverage your social media beyond your social networks, just like what I've done, that I've been able to had the privilege and blessed to help mentor thousands of lives as well, and make the great impact, and been able to travel to multiple countries, and blessed to have that chance to generate my first 6 figures of income in this industry as well. And that is because of what I had done in my business. And so the first that you need to really think about when you are on leveraging your social media is, the first one is brand yourself. And typically thinking about brand, most people just think about images or logos, but you want to think of more than that, beyond just logos and pictures. You know, when it comes to branding yourself, you want to, especially when it comes to recruiting, because prospects buy into you before they buy into the opportunity. So this means that you must build your own brand. As with any brand, there's always a message that you want to convey, and that is through the image that you are displaying as well, and the tone that you're setting up, that you want to accomplish. And so you want to look at what you're targeting. When you're posting, when you're building your brand, are you targeting the people that are already in the business, or are you targeting the people that are, you know, your prospects that are looking to want to get involved into the business? And you, when you're doing that, you also want to think of what problems do they have. So that's why you want to build the relationship, so you'll find out what problems they have, and you provide the solutions. Because when you're solving problems and you're providing the solutions, that's when we come to, you know, that's when we get a chance to help a lot of people, and at the same time, guess what? Make a lot of money. And there's nothing wrong with that, because that comes from serving. That's why you deserve it. It comes from the deserve, you because you serve. So you deserve what you earn because you serve. And so whatever you're providing, you also want to make sure that you are focusing. So we're still on brand. So whatever you're deciding, with whatever you are serving or focusing on, you want to make sure that you are. Let me get to the next slide right here. That you are building your brand with these three things. You know, you build it with spirit love. You build it with a spirit of honesty and authenticity, because when you're faking it, people can tell it. And you build it with responsibility. So we have to be very responsible in what we are sharing out there, because you know, it takes an overnight to, you know, really it takes what do you call it? It just takes an overnight to destroy your reputation, and that's going to take you years and years to bring it back. So you want to always be thinking of the responsibility that you have, because you have that gift that you want to make sure that you're using it the right way. And so that's for branding. And the next thing I also talked about is when you're branding yourself, that you are asking these questions. How does your brand or image make you feel? This is through social media, on Facebook. And what does your page say about your brand? I'm going to show you some examples that I looked at from other pages of others that I think they're not doing it properly. So I'm going to show that to you on the next slide. And what perception does it give to others when they go to your page? And if your social media friends, you ask them, I did this test and I want and post that and ask this question. If you go to my page, my timeline, what does it say about me? And I have people that are in the business that liked it, but the people that have responded to it, mostly people that were in my prospect list, or people that are not in the business, and they aligned to everything that they say. They aligned to what I am promoting as my brand. So I'm very, very happy with that. And the next thing that I also talked about is there are a lot of tools that we can use inside the social media, but you're not limited to just your wall post. You're not limited to just your pictures, your about section. That's one thing that I'm going to share with you that I didn't get the chance to share last week, and your codes and the likes. So the posts that you are liking, you want to be very careful if they really truly add value to what you're doing, or they add value to your brand, because when you're liking it, do you know that it'll show on the news feed that you just like this image, just like this post? And when you're liking it, sometimes, that's also reflect on your brand. So if that's the brand that you're promoting, then that's great. If not, just don't make a comment, or don't like it, and that's okay. So the next thing I want to also recap is growing your friends. And you can grow your friends just by the people that you meet in person. All the time, whenever I'm out and about, I meet person, and if I feel that I wanted to continue that relationship, and I feel that there's a little bit, respect out there right away. I asked them, by the way, are you on Facebook? And I pulled my Facebook on my phone and I gave it to them. Either I type it their name or I have them type their name. And I clicked, add friend right away, and then I tell them to pull your Facebook right now, make sure that you look for me and add me, and most of the time they go right there on the spot. And now that you're friends, even though you didn't get a chance to connect, that long, now they are in your news feed and they're watching what you do. I have friends now in my Facebook that I met back in 2010. And so it's incredible because, once in a while they still go and comment and like my post. And so they're watching. I have prospected them several times, but it's not their right time yet. So that's okay. Move on. And also the people that you already know and they're friends of friends, I go and dig on friends of friends of friends of friends. That not too many, not too many mutual friends. And the people that are in your hometown, and big one that really truly works is that find new friends in that same city where the leaders are having the events. So, for example, Mr. Scott was just in the Caribbean. I actually have already started building friends in the Caribbean, Trinidad and Tobago, while back when we were still in the previous company. And I am still adding new friends out there. Same thing in Virginia, because I know that I'm going to be traveling to that state pretty soon, and I'm seeing myself landing in the next couple, the next few weeks, possibly next month, right? And so if I go there, I want to make sure that I also meet new people on my own, that I can build and explore the relationship. And of course, goal is to get them as my customer and or business partner, all right? And when you're engaging your friends, there are guidelines that you also really make sure that it happens. Is that you make sure that if you're doing the indirect, this is what I didn't get the chance to talk more about this last week, is that there are two types of ways that you can engage your connections through social media. So you can do it both directly or indirectly. And on the indirect engagement, it's usually done through your wall. And in addition to the wall, you can also use other methods. But when you're doing it, make sure that you are authentic. Be real, because people can sense when a person is being a fake. And if you're not authentic, people will change the channel. And you also want to be consistent. Be consistent with your messaging. I see this not happening a lot. And once you have established your brand, you want to stay consistent. I've seen other people who are promoting, different products or another company products with TLC, and then the next time I see on the newsfeed they're promoting another products that are outside TLC. So what is your brand? What are you promoting? You're going to confuse your audience when you're doing that. And you also want to be transparent. Show a genuine side to you and your life. Give people some insight into who you really are, and simultaneously exercise a certain level of caution and avoid that overexpression, because you have to have that that balance when you are being transparent. And in general, your wall is the number one place for you to indirectly engage your connections. So you can post often. It only takes a moment to keep your social media page active. I have even people in my team that when I go into their timeline, I'm like, the last post I see was last week. Where were you? You're not consistent. If you're not able to post, just do one thing. As soon as you wake up, post something about your brand, your business, whatever you're promoting. Because especially if you know that you're going to be very busy all day, and I do that, if I know my schedule is going to be very busy all day, I make time to at least 1 or 2 minutes to post as soon as I wake up. Because 4 hours later, and you're still not able to post, or at least you have one in there that you posted first thing in the morning. So it only takes a moment to keep your social media page active, okay? And consistency again is very, very essential. All right, and you want to avoid to one-dimensional as a general rule. Do not post the same topic multiple times. I've seen this again over and over, and I actually, when I went to my post, went back to my post, I actually caught myself as well. Great, but I did it too. So I want to make sure that I am also doing what I'm teaching you, and I'm guilty of that. So I'm gonna correct that as well. And so rather, you also mix it up. You mix your brand and build your brand and let your wall communicate for you, okay? And the next way is the direct engagement. This is something that have been very, very successful, and just recently, the last few days, because of the direct engagement, I was able to get a customer order of over $200 because of that. So just being friends with large numbers of people and posting, on your wall does very little actually if you don't directly engage your prospects. Because just like all relationships, it takes an investment of time, and social media is no different. You hear this from Coach Stormy, you hear this from Mr. Scott as well, that you want to explore the relationship that you are acquiring social media, and that is the leverage relationship. And to be successful, it all takes just about 15 minutes, literally 1% of your time of your day. So invest this time into posting, commenting, liking others' posts as well as chatting with different contacts. And when you don't have the 14 minutes a day, then you want to use that at night because during the day we should be out there talking to real people, building our business in the field, right? Not behind the computer. And but not all of us are very fortunate to have access to the Facebook every second, every minute, on their phone. But if you don't, before you go to bed at night, that's when you follow up with the people that you have prospected online, and spend a few minutes chatting if that's what you want to do, and get their contacts right away. And this is where where the real recruiting through social media begins, when you are directly engaging with them. Because remember, you must cultivate the ground before you plant the seed. And before inviting your connections to see your business or product, sometimes, especially the cold market, because social media is also a cold market, you're talking to them for the first time. It takes warming up. They sometimes they need to trust you first before they can even give you their cell phone. And so most of the time, I don't have that issue. So as soon as they said to me, I want to learn more about the business, help me, what it's all about right away. I said, great, shoot me your number, here's mine. And they give it to me right away. So you want to make sure that you look at what you have on your Facebook, on your profile, on your page, to make this your prospect trust you right away. And what I'm going to show you as well is that the conversations, the chats that I have been able to take offline, just from cold market, out of the blue, people sending me, and I'm very, very fortunate, because even though my inbox is flooded, and I actually have to go and use the search button to really look for this person's chat. So if I don't remember the name, I'm like, I have to scroll until I find the name. And so, like, for example, when I was looking for this person, because I was able to get her phone and make the connection right away, and our communication is just text and phone calls, so not so much on chat, but I had to go back and look for the very first message that she sent me back in September, and where she said, hey, I would like to order some skin tea, or order skin tea. That's all she said. And I get, great, do you have any question? What's your number? Or, what's the number to call you? And so she gave me her number right away, and I contacted her. I called her right there in less than 5 minutes. I was able to, turn her from a customer to a business partner, and she signed up. She introduced me to her mom, and I got her mom into the business as well. So this is incredible, and that's why you want to make sure that you're always why you want to get contacts right away. Because tomorrow they could lose their access to Facebook. Something happens, and they go and deactivate their account, or they're not able to access right away for many, many days, and now you're not able to get a hold of them or contact them. But if you have their phone, or if they're international, and if you're on WhatsApp or Skype, get their contact right away beyond the Facebook, so you're able to connect with them when Facebook shuts down tomorrow. Okay, that could happen. Not to scare you, but yes, can you imagine when that happens? Oh my gosh. So anyway, so another one here, very interested with this tea. I need help. Great. What is your number? I'll call you in a few minutes. When I say I'm very interested, but I need help, pretty much most of the time, 99.9%, these people are ready to get started, and get the number and have a warm, do a warm chat for a couple minutes and go. And this is how you find really serious is you ask them, great, so what package do you want to get started at? And let them tell you their objections, or let them tell you if they, no, wait, I'm not ready yet, so give me some more information. And then at that point, then you can decide to, if you have time, and if you are confident enough to do the presentation right there on the spot, then do it. But I don't recommend it. That's why we have the system that you can plug them in to invite them to the opportunity calls, send them to the website to watch the video, or to an event, or schedule a one-on-one where you can actually sit down, because this is a multi-billion-dollar business that you're running. So you don't want to just take 5-10 minutes to explain it to them. You want to give them, unless sometimes once in a while you get some very sharp people that you just give them an overview and they get it right away. They sign up. And when that happens, that is a superstar, all right? And so another one right here, when Mr. Scott was traveling to Virginia, I started looking for some people that I can connect. And this person, during the conversation, I've asked him if he's heard, have you heard about TLC or Total Life Changes? And he said, not really. Okay, so I'll just take that as a no, right? And so I was able to get his phone number connection, and I'm still working on him on that, because he is in the entertainment film industry, producer, actor, and all that. So, those lives are very, very busy. And another connection that I was able to take offline here is that, I'm very grateful actually that my inbox is flooded, and I have leaders that in other companies, in other parts of the world, international, that ask me, what do I need to open up this country? I want to work with you. And even though the country is not open yet, I tell them, we're not open yet, and you take that, you still want to take that conversation offline, out of Facebook, continue WhatsApp or Skype, because when that country happens to open up, then then you already have built that relationship with that person. Now, so this is another really incredible tool that you can use, or strategy that you can use, as what I should say. And I have another one right here, checking the information out. Great, give me your number. So what I'm showing to you is that, telling you that this connections that I'm getting on Facebook and social media, these are the people that I've never connected before. Okay, these are not my friends, my best friends, my relatives, my family. No, so most of these people are just sending me messages out of the blue. And when I asked them, how did you find me? And I said, online, Facebook. And I have, like, for example, this lady right here. She lives in Texas, but her mom just moved to California, and she happens to live about 10, 15 minutes away from me. And she asked her daughter to look up, because she's been watching TLC on social media. She actually knows the leaders that we're working with. But she asked her daughter to help her find someone that she can work locally. And so she found me, and I asked her, like, how did you find me? And she said she just went to Facebook. She typed in Total Life Changes and the city, and my name came up first. There's several names, but they decided to select my name because my name came up first. And her daughter went to my timeline, my page, and she told her mom, I like pretty much so far. I like everything I see here, and she could be a good person. So I'm gonna, reach out to her. So she reached out to me, and I was able to get her number, contact her mom, and her mom, just recently signed up, even though the conversation started back in November. But her mom wasn't ready, so I followed up, and the first week of the year, she called me and she said, I'm ready. So that's why, even though, they're saying no, that doesn't mean no forever. That just means know right now. And another thing that's why she found me on social media is that when you are posting, that's why the hashtags are very, very, very helpful. And I'm also going to show you about your contacts that you want to make sure you're telling people where you live, because this is the business. If you're scared, then I don't know, maybe this is not the business. Well, not exactly where you live, your address, right? But at least the city, okay. And another request here that I got out of the blue, never spoken with her before. I'm very interested in TLC. I've been watching it online. I would love to work the business under your great leadership or leader like you. She was international, and I connected with her right away. She was surprised because I had access to my Facebook 24/7 if I want to, and I just happened to still be awake. It was like 1 o'clock in the morning my time, and I responded back right away because I know international is their daytime. So if you want to build your business international, you want to adjust. You want to be able to adjust your time. So when you guys on the East Coast are still just waking up, right, at 6 o'clock or 5 o'clock in the morning, guess what? I am just going to bed, okay? So here on the West Coast. And I was able to connect with her on Skype and sign her up on the spot right there. And, she's building this business behind the scene, but she's already been able to sponsor probably close to 100 people. So this is another country that I might be traveling pretty soon, okay? And another one here is that first of the year, New Year, January 1st, I woke up with another message from another leader in another country that never worked before, never spoken before, and just love to wake up with some messages like this, right? And he sounded like he's already done his homework. Hello and Happy New Year. I am interested to cooperate with Total Life Changes. I am in this country. I can work very hard. I need support for my team. And I said, great. How did you hear about TLC? And he said, internet. Great. Have you spoken with anyone else in TLC? Because I want to make sure that, that they have not spoken with someone, especially someone in my team. And he said, no. And great. Are you in WhatsApp? Right away, because I know he's international. I got him on WhatsApp. We started chatting for about 5 minutes, and I was able to sign him up right there on the spot. Did several VGO, and he's already sponsored another person as well that he connected with me in another country and doing another VGO. And so anyway, so that's another success that I've been able to do. And one thing as well is that you want to make sure that you're following Robert Kiyosaki, Tony Robbins, Howard P. Ecker, Joel Austin, all those other leaders. And when you see their post and when their post relates to you, you just make a quick short comment. Make it fun. And you'll have people that are gonna get curious and click your name, and it'll take them to your page. And I don't know if this is where I got this new contact, but this person actually, one person sent me a message asking me. This is about when I made a comment about what Robert posted on his page, where it says knowledge is what provides freedom. And which is true, but also a lot of people don't realize that not just knowledge, because even though you have knowledge, but if you don't have the courage, if you don't have the belief, and if you don't have that true mentorship, it's going to be very, very challenging to really get that freedom. Because, you can get that there, you can get the freedom, but it's going to be very, very challenging, doing it on your own without your true mentorship. That's going to give you more courage, that's going to help you with more of your belief. And all I said is knowledge and courage, belief, and true mentorship that you can trust, respect, and leverage, so that when your mentee wins, this is why I like, helping team members, because when they win, well, guess what? I also win. But at the same time, this is one team, one dream. And, Coach Thor talked about this, the year of miracles. So you want to also make sure that you are, practicing that servitude, serve your way to the top. And really gives me pleasure to do that as well, that we are practicing these principles that we hear from our leadership, from Mr. Scott, which is the true, law of honor, the edification as well. and the gratitude, feeling grateful for what we have now. But that doesn't mean that, for example, I'm grateful and thankful for what I'm receiving now from TLC. But that doesn't mean that I want to be receiving the same amount all the time, right? No, I want more. So that's why always be grateful, but be open for more, because if you want more, you'll get more, all right? And another one here, this is a post, and I failed to mention this last week, is that I made this post probably a couple months before this gentleman reached out to me out of the blue and asked me what to do. I posted something on Robert Kiyosaki's page, and all I did is I just shared my journey. You know, that's why you wanna master your story. I shared my story without talking about the product or company, and I have probably about 30 people that inboxed me at that time asking me what I do. And I was able to build relationship with some people. Some people, you know, they just want to try to prospect me, and, you know, that's okay, because that's what we do, right? You know, someone that has big goals and big dreams, you go after them. And so don't get mad when you're prospected, because they're looking. We're teaching our team to go after with people that have big dreams, big goals, self-starters, have the means to get started, very influential, and then if that's you, don't be upset when they come out and prospect you. Just respond to them very professional way and turn the table around if they need that mentorship and coaching, and get them to join your business instead, right? And and then this post, you know, created me how I was able to sign up this person that connected with me, and in 2 months, he was able to grow his organization to over 500 people all over Europe. And the last time that I went to travel with them, I actually asked him, like, how did you exactly find me? You said that you found me on the internet, but I never had the chance to really ask him where specifically, because he got busy building the business right away. And he told me, I saw your post on Robert Kiyosaki. I'm like, oh my God, that truly works. So now, you know, I'm going back to doing it again. So you get to do that. And so again, so lastly, I'm almost done, is I'll make sure that you follow still the system, and you want to leverage the relationship, explore the relationship that you are getting on social media, not just staying on social media. You want to take that offline and still have, you know, still focus on building your business with the traditional method that you can build it one-on-one if they're local to you, or invite them to your wow parties, home parties, meet them face-to-face, and to keep, continuing to explore that relationship offline and online, not just offline. And when you are, what I'm showing now is a copy of my page. And you also, once in a while, you want to go to your timeline and click the 3 dots that's like next to the message up on the right, and select View As, and then type in the name. Just so you know, here I type in Mr. Jason Elska the first. So I want to see what he sees on my timeline when he goes to my timeline. And so you want to do that once in a while. Make sure and that you are you're putting that you are with Total Life Changes. I know some people they don't, but that just, you know, if there are people that are looking for total life changes, great. That just saves their time trying to figure out what company I do, right? But if they don't want to work with someone with total life changes, then that's okay too. That just saves me my time and their time. And here I went to a business partner and look it up. You don't want to just go on the city, ask city. No, I don't have time to ask you what city you're at. If I'm looking for a distributor in Oakland, California, I want to make sure that you're in Oakland, California. I'm not going to ask you if you're in Oakland, California, right? So you want to put in your city, and if you don't need to put your high school, you don't have to. And but I do recommend that you want to put your high school and your college, because when you have your prospect looking at your profile, and if they happen to be on the same school that you went to, or they happen to be in the same college that you went to, you know, right away they feel that connection. And they can trust you more than someone that they do not know what school, you know, they went to. So you want to make sure you're putting that. And it's not, you know, different. Like, for example, if you're in the real estate business and you meet people that you don't know, strangers, and you're passing out business cards with your contact information, your work address and your cell phone. So it's not different here on Facebook. So you want to put in your contact, your work, your if you don't want to put your direct number, your cell phone, create you a Google number. Just go to Gmail and ask, it's free, and get you a Google number if you don't want to give out your direct number. I have a Google number that I give out to the first time people that I talk to online, and then if I feel the trust, then I give them my direct number. But here, you can see my direct number, but privately, actually, that has a private lock rider, so they do not see that. I'm the only one that can see it. But this is what they see, and this is my Google number. My Google number rings to my cell phone directly, and I have the choice to send it to voicemail or answer it right away. And make sure that again, you're putting in what company you work with, all your links right here. That saves time for them. They're looking at it, and if they like what they see, they'll still call you, all right? They still call you and ask you for more, even though they've already looked at it. Another one here is you want to make sure that you put in what you previously worked, because there could be some people that also used to work on the same company. Oh, my gosh, I've met people in my prospect that used to work on the same company many, many years ago that we worked together, that I worked at, and that built a faster relationship as well. And if you're in the real estate business or insurance business, you want to put that in there, because those are also people that are getting into direct sales. If they know that you did the same thing like what they're doing right now, that still again builds more trust and faster relationship. Okay. And also the college that you went to, because if they went to the same college, you guys, you know what I mean. All right. So here, quickly, because I want to share with you how I've been able to get several contacts recently from this brand new contacts, is that make sure that you are using your Go TLC Diet lead capture page. And if you don't know that, I'm going to show you in the next page. You make sure that you go into your back office after this training and you click resources. If you don't if nothing's up on the resources, you go to Explorer, or you look at you click the search knowledge base. That's also below on that overview. And when you click there, you just go ahead and type in Go TLC Diet on the search bar. Go TLC Diet. And when you get there, you'll get to a page where it'll give you directions on setting up your Go TLC Diet. This is a free lead capture page. Do you know that in my previous company, we pay about, $20 a month just to have a lead capture page, and no one even gets there. Here, we get it free. And so after you set it up, you get this page, and you can modify on what information you want to get from your prospects. So they have to fill this in before they get additional information. And once they fill it in, you get an email right away saying that, hey, you got someone just log into your Go TLC Diet. Yesterday I had 1, 2, 3. I had more, after 9 p.m. And then yesterday I had several. Okay, but just to show you that it's really working, this Go TLC Diet, and I post this link on other pages. Mostly when I go to weight loss, whatever Facebook page, and I look at what people are posting, and I just go out and put in check out or lose 5 pounds in 5 days, check out more, learn more, and I put my link. And because I want them to go in there, and I want to be able to get their name and their contact information. All right. And so with that, everything that I have, again, accomplished here, success and social media, taking them offline, is I got that from, of course, Mr. Scott. And when I found out that that is actually already written in a book for us, we have that network marketing for Facebook. Make sure that you get that. And Mr. Scott is actually one of the co-authors in that book. And when I read that book from cover to cover, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is all what Mr. Scott has already, taught me and trained me. That has really helped me to grow my business. And because, starting from scratch, sometimes you got to explore everything that you can do, whatever whatever you have to do to get you build your network from scratch again. And so that's what I did. And so hopefully, I know I told Mr. Scott I only need 30 minutes, but I'm taking more than 30 minutes. And so with that, Mr. Scott, and for those of you that, I want to before I bring back Mr. Scott, our phenomenal leader, to the line, is that I really want to tell you that it is a gentleman that I truly, truly trust and have that high level of respect for. And he is also my personal sponsor and my personal mentor. For those new to the new global dynasty and have not had a chance to meet or hear Mr. Scott and even Mr. Walter A. Smith IV, you want to make sure that you're connecting with them right away. Tell them that you are here to play big time with your big goals and big dreams. Because when you plug into these two phenomenal leaders, and and you take their coaching and mentorship seriously, you get your results bigger and faster. These two gentlemen, I've seen them work and really, don't leave you behind, no matter what rank they're at. They've been at the highest rank, and they still go down and scoop you up. As long as you let them know that you're here, you want to play, big time, they'll scoop you up, and that's why I've been prospected a lot. But I will never. And I say this, go with someone where they get to a high rank, and all of a sudden, you got to reach this level before you can talk to me. And these two gentlemen, they don't have that attitude. That's what I like about it, because I've been exposed with other leaders that are like that. Okay, and I've known Mr. Scott and Mr. Smith since 2010 from previous company as my sideline mentors, and in 2012 I get the chance to access their mentorship directly. With his phenomenal leadership and mentorship, Mr. Scott has been able to take my business from scratch to over 20 countries. I was blessed to travel to multiple countries in Europe, in Italy, UK, Slovenia, Iceland, and Mexico, and we're about to do that again. Actually, it's going pretty well right now, and I've been able to make a great impact to countless of lives of those countries, and also here in the U.S. at the same time, that also helped me generate my first 6 figures of income in this industry, all from scratch. And we're doing it again here in TLC, and I'm grateful and thankful for what I have now, like I said, but I like more. I want more. And we are in a great timing and positioning. And we have phenomenal products, and what's going to really transform us now is our leadership. The leadership that we develop within us, the leadership that we develop around us in the team. And Mr. Scott and Mr. Smith are two phenomenal leaders that you want to plug into. And so now I want to bring back to the line, fresh from the Caribbean, mentoring and coaching other leaders and creating success for the team, none other than my personal mentor and my sponsor, Mr. Jason L. Scott I. Mr. Scott, the line is now yours, sir.
Ms. Aileen Galera, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Loud and clear. Please take it away.
Great stuff, young lady. Incredible, super fantastic job that you did tonight. And of course, even though you told me I don't think I'm gonna need a lot of time, you took all the time that was necessary and all the time that was needed, because we're talking about social media riches, and you actually gave some strong insight and some strong tactics and skill sets and things that people need to be doing. Now, the thing about that is this, guys. This young lady, again, the majority of people who's on the phone line who may have logged on from other teams and organizations, and and it's kind of just one thing I like about TLC is that I've seen that certain leaders will come together and we'll open up the lines for anybody, everywhere, and we've always been that way. Even though there's been leaders that like to kind of be self-contained, and they always want to be hushed and don't ever want to tell nobody else what they're doing because they want to gain their own market share. I've always been a person that believes that for he who gives the most gets the most. And I watched this young lady give the most, and she was able to get the most, and I'm never surprised that oh my goodness, she's on West Coast time, so I'm on East Coast time. So I'll be up at different times. I'll be working, and I'll be just ready to shut it down at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. Then the phone call will go off. Now normally I shut my phone off just when I'm about to finally be done, but I get that last second call at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, that she knows that I may be shutting it down. But she'll just tell me, Mr. Scott, hey, I want to know if you're available for a welcome call. I just signed up somebody who found me from social media, and I sponsored them in Italy. I want to know if you can do a BGO for a person. Or more importantly, she does these things on her own. She'll say, I got a BGO. I just sponsored somebody. I want to know if you do a welcome call because I got a BGO set up for them on this day, and I also want to know if you can get on the back end and just say hello. As a matter of fact, we got a gentleman that's on the line right now from out of Iceland. You know what I'm saying? That's on the webinar right now as we speak. Now, guys, I say that because this young lady finds people everywhere. She finds people through social media. But the most important thing is she told you what she's done. She shows you what it is that she does. And I find that people still, despite the fact that you literally got great insight, they'll still say, okay, that sounds like some good stuff, but, I don't know, I'll do it here and I'll do it there. Or they'll start up tonight and do all the things you say. By tomorrow, don't think that they have the results they should have gotten, so then they stop. And they'll kind of go back to some other things. But, guys, a lot of that comes from an impoverished type of mindset or an impoverished way of thinking. And, one thing I understand about poverty, and it's whether it's financial or just the way we think, is that poverty has its own self-perpetuating logic. We come from that background of poverty, whether it's financial or just not knowing, just not having social media strength or social media results. We come from that. We had that whole background of poverty. Many times we adapt to like short-term goals, like we're strapped for cash or I'm not moving fast enough, or I see other people having success, and we adapt to these short-term goals and solutions and practices that ultimately prevent us guys from taking advantage of opportunity. She's giving you a chance to take advantage of a big opportunity on how you can find yourself expanding your mindset, expanding yourself. Listen, it's not for somebody who came on board and already had tens of thousands of people that was following her, and she's able to tap into the already existing network. You're talking about a person who came here and came to this company, started finding person bit by bit, one by one, and now has teams of people that are starting to grow around the world. No matter what anybody thinks, guys, there's always people like you and myself. We work behind the scenes all the time, all of us. And some people just don't know what you do. But the ultimate results are going to come, guys, and at the end when the lights are finally turned on, and you have a chance to walk across the stage, being that type of leader. Because all the nights when you were up doing social media, Riches, all the times when you were taking things from taking it from somebody saying hello to taking a person through the system and signing them up. All the times when somebody in your inbox was saying some nonsense, and it just made you so upset that you just like, I'm going to log off of Facebook for the next 3 days or 5 days. All the times when people hate on you on social media and it makes you feel like I don't even want to be a part of this. All those things that happen, guys. The bottom line is social media is not going anywhere. It's expanded to our lives, and we must learn to leverage and learn how to leverage all the different mediums of success. So I appreciate you, Ms. Galera, for all that you've done, that you bring to the organization, that you bring to the team. You did an incredible job sharing social media riches tonight. And let me see if I have any other leaders that may be on the back line that have any last-minute comments and statements that they want to share. But I will turn the phone call, young lady, back over to you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Scott. Truly appreciate you as always. So if we have anyone on the back line, go ahead and let me unmute the line as well.
R6.
All right, the line is unmuted. So if you want to speak, we have time to take a few calls. Leaders, press star 6.
Hey, Ms. Galera, can you hear me? Walter A. Smith IV here.
Yes, Mr. Walter A. Smith IV. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I can hear you. Please take the line away.
Good stuff. Good stuff. I'm just sitting here looking at these notes that I've taken over the course of the call. And let me tell you something. A lot of times we use it, and we use it very loosely. But tonight you have absolutely drop some golden nuggets. And I mean, one of the things that I struggle with at times is social media. It seems sometimes like it takes a lot of time. Like I just don't know exactly what to do, but I'm always open to learning. And the more and more I read, and the more I just listen and watch what you've done, I'm able to see what I can do to utilize my time for the best, start to build those relationships online. And I've watched you over the years take exactly what you said and implement it, and had some incredible success. So I thank you for dropping those nuggets out there, those things that we need to do more of, those things we need to do less of, so that we can be proficient to go out here and build our brand. Appreciate you so much, and turn it back over to you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Smith. And of course, I do appreciate you as well. And thank you for the access to your leadership, an incredible leader creating so much success out there. And looking forward to seeing you in a few weeks All right. Who else do we have that want to share feedback
Absolutely.
about the training call tonight? Press star 6 if you want to speak.
Miss Aileen, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Is this Miss Nikki?
Yes, ma'am, it is. How are you this evening?
Excellent. Thank you for sharing. Go ahead. The line is yours.
Okay, I just want to, again, you know how much I admire you and, just appreciate your leadership. Although Mr. Scott, is, our direct leader and sponsor, I always get little nuggets from you, and I just appreciate all that you do to help me as well in my business. So I will be taking these little nuggets that you dropped tonight and applying it to my social media. And I did not know, I'm glad to find out about the Go TLC diet. Is it the DIET is what you were saying?
Yes, Go TLC diet, DIET.
Okay. So I'll definitely be checking into that. So again, I just want to say thank you, and I appreciate all of your help, Miss Aileen.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you as well, Miss Nikki. Can't wait to see you in a few weeks. And
Yes.
very fortunate. All the things that I'm sharing is getting it from our leaders, taking notes, following, learning, and even Mr. Scott, when I called for coach, a quick text, and I said, you got a few minutes, I need consult. And then when I tell him, like, you already know what to do. Okay, I know. Yeah, I just want to get validation, right? So cool, awesome. Thank you so much. All right, who else do we have?
Hey, Ms. Galera, let me just say this really quick, just so people know, because I know people online are asking. Guys, if you go to Team NGD, like for New Global Dynasty, Team NGD, again, it's a very simple site. We'll be updating, making it more pretty and all this other. But right now, we're putting content into the site. So when you go, you can actually go under training, sales, and resources, and under video clips, training video clips. You actually see, matter of fact, you'll see a video where Mr. Walter A. Smith did an incredible job, doing edification. We have some additional social media training that from Ms. Candace Bird Davis, when she did some social media training. Aileen Galera will be posting the training from last week's and this week's as well. And there's other things that we have done that's going to be uploaded to this site. There's a variation between this site and my personal site. We have different things. But, guys, you can go to teamngd.com. But even because this is social media, tonight this is going to be important. Anytime somebody you finish a call, guys, you must blaze the trail. Listen, we say it all the time that people still get up and they'll wait till tomorrow, don't do it. It's going to be important that immediately, because you got to create a frenzy and a buzz, and what's going to happen is this: when you start to create that, the timeline shows that everybody's talking about the same thing, and it starts to draw attention, because trust me, there's a lot of people who right now need this type of training. They need this type of leadership. They need people who they can plug into that can help them past the point of just saying get online or just get online and watch YouTube videos and you'll figure it out. It's really understanding that there is guidelines and strategies and tips that a person can follow. So make sure you go to social media tonight. And again, those who don't know who did the call, that was Aileen Galera. And, flood her timeline. You want to show value in that, go to her timeline. She posted earlier that she was doing a call. Just in that timeline, just start posting great training, whatever you got from it, whatever tip you got from it. Great call, great training. New Global Vision Mastery is always a great call. Just all through a timeline, guys, just post it, say stuff, and just show your love in that aspect and that process. And I do appreciate each and every one of you guys. So at the end of the call is right at 10 o'clock. I know we're at that timeline. Always remember, guys, given the sum total of all your decisions, you cannot change who you are, but give it a new life, new vision, new unity. You can change who you become. So get on the social media, get the timeline on and pop, and talk to this young lady and let her know you value the information she shared with you tonight. And Ms. Galera, again, incredible job. Mr. Walter A. Smith, the fourth, incredible insight that you shared in as well. Quattro, we appreciate you, love you as well. So, guys, I'll see you guys not just at the top, but over the top. Back to you, Ms. Galera. You guys have a great evening. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody. Thank you so much.
All callers are muted. All callers are unmuted.
Great call. Thank you.
Oh, great call.
And